everyone, welcome to the next episode of Will There Be Cake? I am your host, Robert Lamb, and with me, my co-host, Amber Simpson.
That's me.
Together, we are here to decide if today, whatever this holiday is, warrants a cake.
Cake-worthy holiday?
Cake-worthy holiday, question mark?
Question mark?
We'll find out very soon.
On this episode.
That's what I meant by that. You know what? Today is April 5th. What holiday could you possibly celebrate on April 5th?
Well, many holidays.
Okay.
But the one that we are going to celebrate today is National Read a Roadmap Day.
National Read a Roadmap Day. That sounds like a very short experience.
Why do you think this holiday came to be, Robert?
I'm going to say somebody got lost and they wanted to celebrate it. Close?
No, not
dang
even. No cigar there on that one.
Close, but no cigar.
Without looking into it, I think it's about,
I thought you did look into it.
about looking into the past before we had GPS and smartphones and all these things that told us where to go. When you had to whip out a map.
Well, okay, all right, good.
You had to whip it out, open it up,
the map,
unfold it.
Are we still talking about the map?
Like I'm doing right now. Unfold the map.
Get that map out. Nice.
And read it.
Cool.
To see where you were going to go. I don't think I would have survived that.
But the internet, GPS hasn't been around that long.
Are
you talking about like nomads or like Lewis and Clark? Lewis and Clark is a much different journey with Superman.
I'm talking about all of them.
Talking about Lewis and Clark when they traversed America. You're saying, and they had a map then?
Yeah.
Didn't they? I think they mapped it out. Actually,
I have no idea.
Okay, sorry, I went too far back.
Too far back. I mean, it's easy here because our roads are just they're numbered.
I mean, they're
but they're not words, so it's a little easier to get around here.
Where we live is it's kind of a grid system.
Right, it's grids.
Avenues go east and west.
Yeah, and streets go
north and south. And they're all numbered.
Right, so
most of them.
I guess I would be able to get around. But if I live somewhere that didn't, it would be really hard. Because really you're just going off of buildings.
Well, before GPS, it was like MapQuest and stuff.
Right.
Like people would print out.
Oh, that's true.
Maps.
I have
MapQuest.
done that. You're right.
I've done that.
Yeah, I've done that quite a few times.
Before that, I don't think I've
sucked.
ever used a road map. I used MapQuest, but I didn't use a road map, which was previous because I didn't drive then.
Right,
you know what
exactly. I mean? Yeah, GPS was a thing before we were driving.
I do wonder, now that I think about it, when my parents drove for holiday and stuff, they had to figure out where
do
they
you
were
remember?
going.
Do you remember your parents using road maps?
No.
I feel like I remember when I was young. I think I was like a preteen. I don't remember. Anyway, we took a trip to Canada, to Niagara Falls, and I'm pretty sure my parents used a road map for some things at that time.
You had to,
But
right?
I'm pretty sure back then you could still use whatever to print out the instructions.
We got it pretty
But my
easy
dad was
nowadays.
old school. Yeah, we do have it easy.
No, you know what? I remember when I first started to be able to drive, not even, probably when I was 18 or something.
Right, there wasn't smartphones.
There weren't smartphones, and then also, I did print out from MapQuest. I had a wedding to go to on the other coast of Florida, on the East Coast, and I remember I was like, all right, well, I'll just print off MapQuest and take that. And it was pretty easy. You just follow
Right.
I-4 or whatever. So I took that, went through Orlando, went to the East Coast, went to the wedding and everything like that. But on my way back, I missed a turn on the highway.
Yeah.
And
Then what do
it
you
went
do?
off of the paper, my paper map. And I just remember going well, shit.
What do I do now?
What do I do? I'm I guess I just do a U-turn to get back on. I'm no, I can find my way. So I ended up just winging it because I wanted to just see if I could find my way back home.
Did you find your way back?
And I did, yeah. I mean, there was other exits for Orlando, and I knew I had to head that way to get back to Tampa, St. Petersburg area. So I eventually found another exit that took me towards Orlando. But I just remember thinking man, I just drove off of the map that I was using.
Yeah.
I didn't have a road map. I just had the MapQuest printout.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's terrifying. I think one of my first experiences driving, I got lost like around the beach. I wasn't on the beach, but I was pretty close to the beach. And I remember calling my mom because I didn't have a smartphone. And I was like freaking out. I'm like, I don't know where I am. And she's like, just calm down. Look at your surroundings. And I was just decided to just keep driving one way or the other. And eventually I figured out where I was. I was so proud of myself. But I did not use a road map.
That's probably why so many like old horror movies, like it kind of makes sense that you would stop at a gas station and ask for directions.
Yeah.
It just turns out you don't want to do that when you're in the middle of Texas at an old shack or wherever you're going to get murdered.
If it looks shady, just don't go.
Just keep driving.
Just get lost instead.
Yeah. No, but it makes sense that you would pull to the side of the road and ask for directions because, there was no GPS or anything.
Right.
And if you didn't have a road map for that area or that state, if you were driving across the country, Although, where do you get road maps? You get them from like AAA or like
gas stations.
Do gas stations have? I don't remember.
I don't ever look.
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like now we're gonna notice, but they've got to. At least if you're like in the middle of nowhere somewhere. Like, I don't think if we went to a gas station down the street, they'd have a map.
No,
but I think they have more of like the whole books of places now.
Well, I know a lot of cities have like visitor centers that you can go there too,
and
they probably do have them there. But road,
who knows?
I know
we'll have to look.
They used to have them at gas stations.
Next time we go on a road trip.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, how are we going to do it now? Today's the day we got to celebrate it. I mean, you got your road map, but like, we're not really driving anywhere.
But we can. Can't really podcast on the go, but after this, we could go on a road trip.
All right. Yeah, but I know everything. We can't go far.
I know.
I work tomorrow.
How about we just plan a road trip and we use the map to see what we can stop by on the way?
Or like, let's just go collect as many road maps as we can.
Well, yeah,
like
let's just collect road maps.
All 50 states.
Yeah, I mean, can road maps even be a thing? Like, there's so much building and like changes to things nowadays.
That's the thing is like it's.
I mean,
they did update. Yeah, they did update road maps.
Because they update GPSs.
Dang. Yeah, but that's a lot easier to update, I assume, than road maps.
Probably.
You got to print that out. I don't know. People still use phone books and stuff.
That's true.
You don't need them. No, I know.
Okay, so while looking this up, I found conflicting dates on when the first road map existed. But one of them is just like speculation. So this website, nationaldaycalendar.com, says that the earliest road map was the Britannia, is that how you say it? Britannia Atlas.
Britannica?
Just Britannia.
Okay.
And it was drawn by cartographer John Ogilby in 1675.
Wait, in 1675?
1675 is when the Britannia Atlas.
Didn't the first car come out in like the late 1800s?
Well, you got to walk with a map too.
All right, I guess.
Buggy with a horse and drawn carriage.
Yeah, that's true.
With the map.
Makes sense.
This other website.
Sorry, I'm small. I'm close-minded.
This other website called timeanddate.com says that how do you say it? Turin Papyrus is thought to be the oldest recorded road map in the world. They believe that it was created around 1160 BCE. BCE.
Turin Papyrus?
Turin Papyrus.
Oh, yeah, it says Turin Papyrus map.
Whoa, look at that.
Nice. Looking at pictures of it.
Really weird.
Really old. Turin erotic.
So
why does it say erotic?
Why is it? Maybe there's naked ladies on it. They had to have something to look at. There's an animal section and an erotic section.
Ugh.
So this is like...
Glad they're not in the same section.
This is like BCE.
There's an animal erotic section too. No, just kidding.
BCE porn was on a road map.
Nice. I think there should be more porn on regular road maps too.
I agree. What else are you going to do while you're reading the road map?
Well, you should be driving and paying attention to the road and not masturbating or whatever you're planning on doing. But I don't know.
To each his own.
Yeah. However you want to drive.
So generally people celebrate by going on a road trip and using a paper map to guide you.
If you can't go far, just take like a road trip, somewhere close, maybe like a nature park that you haven't been to that's like close to your area.
Yeah.
But you got to go get a road map.
You have to go get one.
You have
first.
to go get a road map. Or you know what? Like, I think it should be like, it should expand to like printable.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, I
but
guess
not
you
with
could
the directions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think that's the fun of this holiday is kind of wondering if you're going to get there or not. Because you don't know. You you have to read the map, which is like a skill in itself.
That's true.
Rather than being told by, your GPS, like turn right and
Which I kind of hate. I liked it when you like knew the directions in advance. But some of them tell you still in advance, but like I hate it when they're like turn now, and I'm like, oh shit.
Right. I mean, they usually tell you like a little bit, but sometimes the turns are so frequent in like a certain area. So it'll be like turn right here, get in the left lane, take a left. Like you have to jump back and forth. I always like to kind of know where I'm going first, like roughly, in case I miss a turn.
I still use a map almost on a daily basis now. You know how?
How?
I look at my Google Maps to see what restaurants are on it to help me decide what to eat.
I do that too. I thought you were going to say like video game. Like I use video game maps.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Red Dead Redemption and GTA.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 or like all the Fallouts.
Pokemon.
That's
I'm
true.
currently playing Pokemon and I use the map.
If you play Pokemon Go.
That's like a roadmap. That's how we're going to celebrate Read a Roadmap Day.
Yeah.
We're going to play some
Pokemon
video games.
Go, play some video games. And like,
that's true. Pokemon Go.
If you play Pokemon Go, like you have to know where like, didn't like the Pokemon they used to like show up in like nature parks more often and stuff? Do they still do that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you gotta know where. I don't know why I'm like so fixated on nature parks.
Apparently,
get outside. Get outside and go.
Go look at some animals.
Well, I'm thinking because like we're in like the St. Pete, Tampa area, and if you go outside that, like there's like the Florida Trail and like more like rural areas. So
there's things to do.
Right.
Outdoors.
Yeah. So go do that. So, and if you live up north or wherever in the Midwest, just
so
go there.
You didn't use a road map at all on your walk?
No, when I walked across the country, visit www.sevenlamb.com and listen to Across America. When I watch across the country, I use my GPS, but I didn't.
But your GPS worked?
No, I didn't always have signal.
Okay.
So when my GPS didn't, it would always show you where you were, like on a map, but you couldn't search for anything on it when you didn't have signal, but it would still show where you were. So a lot of times it would just show me on like a certain road, and I would actually have to use some skills to be like, all right, I'm going to take a right here and then go this way.
This is a highway, this is a dirt road, this is...
Yeah, and like I could maybe zoom in sometimes, if I had signal and stuff.
Find
but
like campsites and stuff.
Yeah.
So you were kind of using a road map, not a paper one, but...
Honestly, the walk I did was very reminiscent of Lois. God, I keep saying Lois and Clark. Lewis and Clark. Not Lois. I don't think Superman ever used the map, but that's just because he doesn't need to.
He doesn't need
Lois
to.
might
He's
have.
Superman.
Lois might have, because she doesn't have superpowers, as far as I know.
I don't know.
But Lewis and Clark, and I don't think they had a map either. I think they were traversing and creating their own map. But you get the point.
Yeah.
I was traversing the land. And using my own map.
Yeah.
And when GPS breaks down, it's kind of like when like an escalator breaks down, it becomes stairs. When GPS breaks down, it just doesn't log in, it just becomes a map.
Exactly.
Just a road map.
Yeah.
Cool. So then, I guess I used one.
Yeah. We did it.
Sure. So that's how we're going to celebrate. We're just going to take a short trip somewhere.
I thought we decided we were going to play video games.
Yeah, we'll do that too. Yeah, we'll just play a Red Dead Redemption. And
I play Pokemon Go every day anyway, so
there you go.
I celebrate National Read a Map Day every day of my life.
Yeah, well,
you're welcome.
Okay, but today,
today we should do something different. Okay.
Yeah, but are you going to, after playing Pokemon Go and using that map, are you going to eat any kind of cake?
Eat a cake. You know what? I feel like it would be a good day to use a road map to go to a cake store.
Use a road map, a cake store, like a bakery.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you just wanted one that specifically just sells cakes.
There's probably some. They're actually opening one called Better Than Sex downtown St. Pete.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to sell cake and pie.
Oh,
probably ice cream too. Or
that's what I'm saying. I don't think they'll
but
limit
the pictures
I
saw were a lot of cake, and it must be good if it's better than sex.
I mean, I'm excited. I'll try it out.
Let's do it.
So, okay, so cake, yeah. Just use a road map to get to wherever, whatever store, grocery store, whatever.
Where you can buy a cake.
Yeah.
And then eat it in the parking lot.
And then use your road map to get home.
Yeah.
That's a solid holiday.
Solid holiday.
Solid. Yeah. All right. That's a pretty simple day.
Yeah, what a good day.
Cool.
Happy Read a Road Map Day, Robert.
Happy Read a Road Map Day, Amber Simpson.
Get out there.
Yeah, get out there and
go to a park.
Go traverse some land.
Buy a map.
And eat a cake.
That's
it for this episode. Take it easy, guys.
This has been a Seven Lamb production.